What's up, people? So if you just got the Meta Quest 2, make sure you watch this video before you do anything. So today I'm giving you the complete Meta Quest 2 starter's guide. So we're going to go over the best accessories to get. We're going to go over the best games, both free and paid. And then at the end, we're going to go over some basic safety and upkeep tips to keep you and your Meta Quest 2 safe. So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so let's start off with accessories. So the first accessory you're going to need to switch out is the head strap. Now, this is the strap I have right here. This is the Kiwi Designs battery head strap. Definitely a much needed upgrade. This is the strap right here that comes with the Oculus. It's just like a little nylon strap that you squeeze around your head. Now, the strap itself is not bad. It's not the worst thing in the world, but the problem is when you first get your Meta Quest 2, everybody's going to want to try it. So the issue with the old strap is it's manually adjustable, so it's going to be a real pain to adjust this size depending on who's trying to play. Now with the upgraded head strap, all you have to do is turn this knob and it's easy to adjust the size of the strap to any size head. So number one accessory, upgrade your head strap. Number two accessory that's a must-have is a sync cable. Now this is pretty much just a 15-foot USB cable, USB type C to USB type A, that you can plug into a wall outlet, or you can plug into your computer to use the Meta Quest 2 through your computer. But the reason you really need this is the Meta Quest 2 only has a 2-hour battery life. So if you're getting carried away into playing one of your games and you're having a lot of fun, then all of a sudden you get that battery low warning, you're going to wish you had one of these, because you don't want to be having to sit next to a wall, because the cord that it comes with is maybe about 4 feet long. So definitely want to grab one of these. This is, like I said earlier, this is from Kiwi Designs. Very inexpensive, but it will definitely come in handy. And then the number 3 accessory that I think is a must-have is a stand. So this Meta Quest 2 is starting at $400. So this is something you definitely don't want to have just laying around on the couch, laying around on the table. Have some way where you can have this stored safely where it won't get damaged. And for the little amount of money that these stands cost, it will be definitely worth your investment. So now the fun part, let's get into the games. Now I'm going to break it up into 2 different parts. We're going to get into my top 5 free downloads. Now I'm not going to say games because some of these are not necessarily games, but top 5 things you need to download when you first get your Quest started up. And then we're going to go into the paid version, which is my top 5 paid apps. Now, number 1 is big screen. Now big screen is movie theater in your headset pretty much. So there's spots where you can rent movies. You can go into public rooms where they're playing different movies. It's a whole community of people that's in there playing movies, interacting, socializing, and it's a real cool environment. You can have your own theaters. You can set up your own theater space, invite up to 15 people to watch movies with you. Some of the movies on there you do have to pay for. There's a large selection of free media on there that you can partake in. So definitely check out big screen. Number 2, and dear to my heart, is the YouTube VR app. There's a ton of 360 VR videos on YouTube. Not to mention, I've actually recorded one. I'll leave a video of it here right now. I've recorded a VR video in YouTube, but there's a lot of different types of content on there that you would be really amazed with when you get to start digging into what's on that catalog on the YouTube VR. So another free one, the YouTube VR app. Number 3 is Horizon Worlds. Now, if you ever heard of the term the metaverse, that's what Horizon Worlds is. There's plenty of games to play. There's plenty of worlds to explore. A lot of good people on there. One of the things that kind of scared me away from these type of things is weird people. But when you get into the right places, you'll learn that they are just normal people like me and you. So games to play, very, very beautiful worlds that are created, and everything you see in Horizon Worlds is created by other users. So it's really cool. If you want to get into the building side of it, that's a lot of fun as well. So number 3 on the list, Horizon Worlds. Number 4 on the list is another app similar to Horizon Worlds, and this is called VR Chat. Now VR Chat is, like I said, a lot similar to Horizon Worlds. The only difference is, so Horizon Worlds is strictly Meta Quest 2 or Oculus 2. So if you don't have one of these headsets, then this is the only way you can access it. Now VR Chat, there's a plethora of different ways you can get on VR Chat. You can get on VR Chat from a lot of different types of VR headsets. You can even get on VR Chat from your computer. So I'm imagining there's a much larger player base, but similar thing to Horizon World. There's games to play, there's hangout spots, a lot of cool people to meet, and a lot of cool interactions that you can have with a lot of different types of people. So number 4 is VR Chat. And last but not least, on the free side of things is the Amazon Prime VR. So this is a little bit similar to the big screen. They actually set you up in your own personal theater, and you can play anything that's in the Amazon Prime library. The only difference is you'll be watching it in a large movie theater setting. It's really cool when you get to check it out. So go ahead and download Amazon Prime VR. So now let's go into the top 5 paid apps on the Meta Quest 2. Starting off at number 1, Beat Saber. Beat Saber is one of those games that once you try it, you kind of get addicted to. Beat Saber may be free for you depending on when you got your headset. They had a sale going on over the holidays where you were getting Beat Saber and Resident Evil for free. So make sure you check that. Make sure you didn't get it for free before you pay your money for it. But if you didn't, I think it's worth the money. $29.99, one of your more expensive games on the Oculus, but it's definitely worth the money. You'll have a lot of fun. It's pretty much a music game where you cutting blocks to the beat, but you'll have a lot of fun with it. So definitely check that out. Oh yeah, so before we get any further on the list, I'm gonna let you know that everything that I have on the list is going to be rated at comfortable. So a lot of the games that you can play might be rated at either moderate or extreme. Please try to stay away from those games if you're new to VR. You can definitely get motion sickness, and you don't want that experience for your first time in VR. So all of the games that I'm listing on all of these lists are going to be safe for you to play if you're a new user to the VR world. So number 2 is going to be premium bowling, and it's pretty much just bowling, but it's fun. The physics of it are very accurate, so that's why I like it the most. You can go grab a game with your friends, and you can also jump into the game with people you don't know and meet some new people. So it's a pretty cool game, pretty accurate to real life bowling. You can create your own ball, you can listen to your own music, you can pick from a bunch of different bowling alleys, and it's a really immersive experience. So number 2 on the list is premium bowling. Number 3 on the list, 11 table tennis. Another one of these games where you can play with friends that has really realistic physics to it, which is the best part of it. So when you're playing these games, it almost feels like you actually have a ping pong table or table tennis table in your room with you, which is cool. You can play with people across the world, or you could play versus the computer, however you want to set it up. But it's a lot of fun, and you can sink a lot of hours into this game. So that's 11 table tennis. Number 4, if you want to get a little bit of action in your life, is After the Fall. This is a zombie apocalypse shooter, 4-player co-op, which is why I picked this over some of the other zombie shooter games. You can actually go into a game with 4 of your friends and mow through some zombies. A lot of replayability. It's a really good game, and they're always sending out new updates, so definitely check that out, After the Fall. So last but not least on this list is Thrill of the Fight. Now I know you probably seen some videos of this, of people punching kids and punching walls while they're playing this game. This is the most realistic boxing game. There's another boxing game on here, but this is not, the physics are not as realistic to me, so that's why I like Thrill of the Fight. The only downside to this game is it's only for one player, so I hope they at some point make it a multiplayer game where you can play versus other players. But for right now, it's definitely a workout, it's definitely fun, and you definitely will get a sweat going. So number 5 on the list, Thrill of the Fight. All right, and last but not least, let's go over some basic care tips for the Oculus or the Meta Quest 2. You want to make sure that you use this screen cover, and I have a friend that can tell you firsthand, you want to make sure you put this in your Oculus when you're not using it. Sun can damage the inside of your lens to where it's pretty much not usable. So always take this when you're not using it. Take this, put it inside to cover up your lenses. Put it inside to cover up your lenses. Because if you leave this sitting on the table, you got sun coming in through that lens, it will burn a permanent burn on your screen, and that is not good because that's something that can't be repaired. So definitely want to do that. A couple other things you might want to do to protect your headset and your controllers is get yourself a case for your controller, like a little grip. Now this is like a silicone case. This also is from Kiwi Designs. Very comfortable. Actually has a strap which will prevent you from losing the controller. Now, you know, your normal controller has like this little wrist strap like this, but this one has an actual hand strap, which I think is a little bit more comfortable. Definitely something you want to check out. All these are not necessary, but definitely nice to have. Now lastly, this is an upgraded facial interface. Now the one that comes with the Oculus is like a foam material which will collect a lot of sweat, especially if you're playing for an extended amount of time. So these ones right here, also from Kiwi Designs, it's just like a pleather material which is easily wipeable and will not soak your sweat into the material to where it will get nasty and dirty. So this can be wiped. Just replace your interface, put your strap on there, and you're good to go. I'm gonna drop my MetaQuest affiliate link down in the comment section. You have to use this before you set up your Oculus or your MetaQuest 2, but it will give you a free $30 in store credit, so you can use to buy any of these games on this list or any other games you wanted to check out. So go down in the description, I'll have that link for you to check out if you're interested. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.